to Tech20Tuesday. My name's Jeff Whipple, and I'm the host. And we've run this for many years now, and it's been popular. And so we're back, and this is our first edition, our first episode for our 2024-2025 school year. One of the really cool new tools that's sort of taken the education world by storm for teachers is Canva. We've all run PowerPoints and we've all done all kinds of different things. We've made videos, but Canva has sort of become the one-stop shop for everything. And I'm really excited this afternoon. We're going to be joined by my colleague, Lindsay Levesque, who's one of our digital learning lead team members. And she's going to take us for an introductory walk through Canva. Lindsay, thank you for joining us.
Happy to be here. And Jeff, it's so funny. You sent me that slide. I didn't even look. I'm Lindsay McLean now. So
oh,
you see my
you
name
are
in your
Lindsay
inbox,
McLean.
And, it's McLean. It's still me. They're both me.
You're still Levesque in my name, in my world.
Sorry
about that.
No problem. Okay, I'm just going to share here. Let's see. I've got all kinds of windows open. Okay, can you see my screen? Okay, fantastic. So this is Canva, and chances are you've probably kind of logged yourself on. Maybe you've made a free account at some point or clicked on a link and dabbled a little bit and then just kind of got frustrated and left, or you just haven't had the chance to dedicate the time that you would like to exploring the features in Canva. So today we're just going to take a very, very much introductory look at Canva and see what some of the basic features are. And just know, before I forget to say this at the end, that if there's anything you see today that either you forget or you'd like to know more about, myself and the other teachers and leads on our team are more than happy to come and support you. So we are always here. All right, so one of the first things when you open up canva.com, even if you previously made a free account on your own, all teachers now have access to Canva Pro and all of the features that would normally be paid. So all you need to do is make sure you log in with your NBEd username and password, single sign-on. When you go to log in, there's a couple of different options. Log in with Google. I can't remember what they all are. You're going to want to say log in another way, and then it'll say log in with Microsoft. That's the one you want to choose. Put in your NBEd username and password, and then you should see up in this top right, ASD-W. So as long as you see that, that's the team that all of the teachers in our district are in, and also all the students as well. So that's something a lot of teachers don't realize, is that your students have access to all of the pro features also, just by logging in with their school email and password using that login with Microsoft option. So if you're teaching upper elementary, middle school, high school, the possibilities are endless for creative assignments, assessments, and all that in Canva. That could be a whole other session that we'll probably do someday. So log in, make sure you're here, and then this is the landing page where you will find yourself after login. Recent designs, yours might look a little different. It's just going to be anything that you have created. So there's all of my stuff in there. And then down to the left, these would be recent things that I have had opened. Then you have a couple of choices here to create something. You can click along the top here. So I can make a document, I can make a whiteboard, a presentation, a social media post, and so on. And then I can then go in and use templates. So if I'm making a document, so let's just say it's an 8.5 by 11 little flyer or printout or worksheet or handout, whatever it is, your first tendency would be to want to hit document. You can do that, but I actually find it's a lot better to go custom size. So because I've used this command before, it's going to show up right there on your screen. It might not. You can also go up here to create a design. And then you're going to want to go here to custom size. One little trick is to change pixels to inches before you start to put values in. So I just want a regular letter size canvas, and I can say create new design. That'll give me my blank canvas. And there it is. Design is where all the thousands and thousands of templates that live within Canva are housed. And when I say there's absolutely everything on here, there is absolutely everything. So let's say I want to make a flyer for my school's Christmas concert. So I will just type Christmas concert. And again, I'm in the design tab here. Hit enter, and there are endless templates that I can choose from and customize for my own needs. So let's just choose one here. I like this one. It's a lot easier to work from a template than to start from scratch. Certainly you can, if you have a vision, you know exactly what you want to create in your mind, start from scratch by all means. But because of the variety of templates, I always suggest find something that closely resembles what you want to make and then adapt it from there. So here's my template, here's my document. Down here in the bottom right is where I'm going to zoom in. And then any of these elements, if I just hover my mouse over them, they're clickable. And then I can just double click in any of these text boxes, alter the text. So maybe I want to change the word concert to celebration. I just click on there and change that. And then stuff like this is going to happen, right? So my new word that I put in is a little bit too long for the text box, so it's going down onto the second line. I have a couple of options here. I can just make the font a little bit smaller up here along the top. So I could hit that minus sign a couple of times so until my text fits, or I can stretch out my text box, and that's going to make my letters fit as well. Anything I can change here, just go in and change the date. Change the year, whatever. Let's say I don't like this little graphic and I want to replace it with something else. I can just click on that and I can either hit the delete key on my keyboard or the trash can there. It's going to take that right out. So what do we replace it with? Well, over here underneath the design tab, the next one is elements. And you will honestly find, again, absolutely anything. And the beauty of what's in here is it's not like you're going on to Google Images and pulling a random image that you may not have the rights to use. This is all built into Canva Pro. Any graphic, any item that you find in elements is yours to use for what you're making for your school. So if I want, I can get quite specific here, children singing. Search that, all kinds of graphics. Let's say I like this first one, or I can say see all, and but when this one is cute. So all I have to do is click on that. It's going to pop it onto my poster. And then I just drag and resize, excuse me, and place that wherever I want. If I'm printing this and I don't want that dark background because it's going to use a lot of ink, I just click anywhere in the background and this menu will pop up. I just click on that background color and I can change that to, this is what's nice too. It's going to pull and give me the colors that are in the other images on my project, or I can go down to default colors and let's say I want to make that white. Now, once I make that white, obviously my text has disappeared because it was white. So I can go back in there, highlight that, and change the color of it. I must have two things. There it is. There's my text color. Let's say I want that green. And there we go. I would have to change this text as well. I won't spend too much time on this. You can really kind of get sucked in and play around with your whatever it is you're creating until it's perfect. But one other thing I do want to show you is that you can also add your own images from your computer into anything that you're creating. So if I go over here, down here to uploads, These are items that I've uploaded from my own computer. So I know somewhere in here I was doing something for Cuffman Street School. There's their logo. I have uploaded that just by going to upload files and pulling it from my desktop, just in the same way you add an attachment to an email. And then once it's in there, it's always going to be on your account. So if I then switch to my iPad or I'm using another teacher's computer, as long as I've uploaded that, it will stay in my uploads. Then I can just click on that and there it is in my document. Once you're happy with what you've made, you have a couple of options. If I wanted to say, get Jeff's input on this, this is my Lindsay McLean initials right here. I can hit plus and add whoever I want. I can invite Jeff Whipple, there's his name, to edit or to comment or to view. But I'll say edit. If I then share that with him, he's going to get notified in an email, and we can both collaborate on this same document. So that's a great feature to work on things together. When I'm finished with it and I want to, let's say, print it out or share it on my school's webpage or my class Seesaw or whatever it is I might be using, I'm just going to hit share. Couple of options. When I say download, I can save that to my computer as a PNG, as a JPEG. Anything I'm printing, I usually choose PDF print, and that will just save right to my computer as a download. The other really nice option is this right here, and you may not see it right away in your Canva if you haven't used it before. So if you don't see that option when you go to hit share, just go down to see all. Once you've used create that public view link once, it will always be there. When I click that, what that's going to do is create a link so that anyone can click on it, whether they have a Canva account or not, and view whatever it is I've created. They won't be able to edit it. It's just for viewing. So if your school, let's say, is using Canva to create announcements, because there's also a very sophisticated video editing tools built into Canva. School announcements, a document, anything. If you think you might want to change it down the road as well, I can say create public view link, copy this, share it through email or whatever it is that I want to share that. And people can click on that whether they have Canva or not, and they can view it. The nice thing about this is, let's say my Christmas celebration has a date change. I go into this, I change it, and those changes will update in that public view link as well. So that's a nice feature. If you found an error or something, you could go in and change that. I have barely scratched the surface here, but I do quickly want to show you. I'm going to go back to home. I want to quickly show you presentation, because this is like the new PowerPoint, and it's what a lot of teachers are using. And the results are really quite beautiful and a lot more than what you can create with a PowerPoint. So again, I can search in templates. So maybe I'm making a staff meeting and I have a presentation that I want to do for that. So I can type that in. I've got all of these options. Just click on that, and I have all the pages in here. So I can say apply all 11 pages. And there they all are down the bottom here. And then I can just go into each one and change it as I see fit. So if I wanted to take this picture out and put a picture of myself in, I can just go into my uploads. I'm sure I have one some here. I have all kinds of stuff in my uploads. Okay, there I am. I just have to take that, pop that in, and slide it right into that frame. It's going to size it and everything. The other nice thing, when I hit present, I can present right from Canva. So I don't need to download whatever I've created. When I get to wherever I'm presenting, it's in my classroom. I can just present. It's going to give me a nice full screen presentation. And then something that's fun are all these little hidden features that a lot of people don't realize are in there. So if I'm presenting from within Canva and my kids are getting a little rowdy, if I just hit the Q on my keyboard, it gives a little quiet face. If I hit the M, it's a mic drop. If I hit the C, it's confetti. And then one that I really like, if I just need to pop up a 4-minute timer, if students are working off of this screen, I just hit the number 4 on my screen. It pops that timer up, and then I can just hit play, and that will count down. Documents and presentations are going to be the main items that you're creating, I would say. But by all means, take a look. You can create websites in Canva. You can create social media posts. The possibilities really are endless. A lot of tools that are a lot of things that you previously needed Photoshop to do, you can now use the photo editing within Canva to do things like removing backgrounds, that kind of stuff. But just a whole host. The other thing is that you can edit PDFs. So if you have an old worksheet saved as a PDF and you think, oh man, I really wish I could change that now, you can upload it and edit just certain elements of that PDF. So that again could be a whole 20-minute session, but that is just scratching the surface of what is available in there. We've got QR code generators. You can batch create certificates for your whole class with the click of a button. All kinds of stuff. So really, the big thing is you have to kind of get in there and play. But if you find things you want to do and you get stuck on something, you just shoot one of us an email and we will help you out, or we can come into your classroom and spend a little bit of time on you one-on-one and help you create something specific that you are hoping to make. So I could go on and on. That is just some features in there. And we have 2 minutes if I'm looking at my clock, if folks have any questions.
Wow, I'm officially tired. Like that was a lot of stuff. And I even saw stuff that I hadn't known about. So thank you so much, Lindsay. That was really crazy. If anybody has any questions, just pop your mic on or put them in the chat. But yeah, like the ability like to just use this for anything and everything, and it's so powerful. It's got such great graphics built right into it that you don't have to go looking for stuff. I really am very impressed, and like you said, we now have access to it. Teachers and students have access to this on a pro version, so that's really amazing. So
Yes, and the other nice thing is if you have your students in Canva and they're looking for images to use for their work, you don't have to worry that they're going to stumble upon something that they shouldn't have seen, like as opposed to searching Google Images. So everything in there is student friendly, and it's very it's surprisingly specific. Like you could search New Brunswick or Bay of Fundy and there'll be photos and images in there that you can use. So again, just play around and know that we're here to help.
thank you so much, Lindsay, and you're now Lindsay McLean. And if you are out there and looking for some help, as Lindsay said, we have a number of members of our team who can help you out. Lindsay's at the top. Joel Everett, who's up in the Heartland area, Woodstock area. Waylon Dixon, who's in Perth. Yvette and myself, who are sort of in the Fredericton, Oromocto area, and Wendy is down in Oromocto as well. You can reach out to any of us. We don't have to be in your school. If you've got a relationship with any of us and you want to reach out, go ahead. If not, you can sort of just touch base with Lindsay or myself, and we'll get you connected with somebody who can help you. That's a little bit closer if you're sort of out of area. But that is it for this week on Tech20 Tuesday for our first edition in 2024, 2025 school year. And we'll be back in a couple of weeks. And I expect we'll be talking about Canva a little bit more and walking this a little further down the road for you. So hope to see you then.
Bye, folks.